What's going on, my friend? Welcome back to another video. And in this video, we're going to be giving you a portfolio update. 2 to 3 stocks I'm going to be looking on loading up this week. And also how I've done in the past week, or just pretty much year to date from the beginning of January, okay? So let's go ahead and dive right in. So as you can see right here, 1 week in the past week we are up 9.64%, which is pretty awesome. If I go out to the month, up 22%. Let's go from here, pretty much January 4th from first trading day until now, pretty much up around around $800 for the first 2 weeks of the year. If we compare that to the SPY, S&P 500 so far, the past week is down 0.88%. In the past month, since January 4th, it's from 368 to like around 374. So that's around 2 or like 1.5%, looks like. But that's so far for this past week. The portfolio is doing pretty good. I did make some plays this week. I sold a couple of these calls here for a nice profit, as you can see right here. I sold 9 contracts for $1.61. I purchased the contracts for around $1.15. So for like around $440 in profit from those. I'm gonna hold these 10 to just let them ride and see what company Virgin Galactic is gonna merge with, okay? But let's go ahead and get into the 3 plays that I'm looking on loading up this week. And remember, guys, I'm not a financial advisor, so please do not take this as financial advice. This is just for your entertainment purposes only. I'm just sharing the moves that I'm going to be making this week, potentially, depending on what the market gives me, okay? You got to have that kind of mindset coming into the stock market. Do your own research. It's good to go ahead and listen to other people's opinions and just kind of soak in that information, but take that information, study it, learn more, and then execute on your decision, okay? So let's go ahead and search for the very first company, which is FCEL, FCEL, okay? So I have this in my Fidelity account, not in my Robinhood. I have an average cost of around $16.10. I have around 60 shares right now. My goal is to get this up to 125 shares. So depending on what the market gives me this week, I'm looking to load up at least 65 shares this week to bring it up to 125 shares. If this thing drops below 16 this week, probably in the 14s, 15s, best believe I'm loading up on this one, okay, guys? If you saw what Plug did, and don't get me started on Plug. I had Plug a year ago, back in February, at $2.40, 300 shares of it. But I was in a different phase in my life. I was selling everything to pay off all of my debt, which I did, which I'll talk about in another video. I'll probably put it up here on the screen, okay? But it's okay. I missed out on the boat, but I paid off all my debt. Super grateful for that. But just to show you what Plug did as far as, since I was in and around February, I felt like around February lows. It dropped down to in the 2s around there. But yeah, as you can see, ran up to $60. It's all good, but this is what FCEL can potentially do. Now let's go ahead and go into the second play that I'm looking on loading up on this week right here. We're gonna go to the Riot Blockchain, guys. So this right here follows Bitcoin pretty close, not tick for tick, but I think this is in my Fidelity Roth IRA, and so is FCEL. It's in my Roth IRA, growing tax-free money. So my average cost right now in Riot is around $24.50, I think, and I have like around 50 or 60 shares, somewhere around there, 40 to 60 shares, I'm not quite sure. But my goal is to get this to around 125 shares before March. That's my goal with Riot. So this week I'm going to load up maybe on 20, 30 shares, depending on what the market gives me. My goal is to get this to 125 shares because I see Bitcoin growing so fast. I was in Bitcoin in 2017 on the run up, I got super excited. I didn't sell and just went down. But now I see what Bitcoin did in the past 3 years. It's gone from 20,000 all the way down to 3,000, back up to 40,000 in 3 years. So I mean, Bitcoin isn't going anywhere. With all the stimulus coming, the value of the dollar is going to be decreasing. So I'm just going to be slowly getting into the actual Bitcoin and investing into Riot as well to get it on the stock side, to get that hedge and to get that run up on the stock side in my Roth IRA. Now, this third play that I'm going to be loading up on, which is also in my Roth IRA as well, as Tattoo Chef. I have around 75 shares, cost basis average, sitting around $24.95, I think, somewhere around there. If this bad boy drops below where it's at now, at any time this week, best believe I'm going to be adding to the boat this week. My goal is to get 125 shares of this short term, 200 in the midterm, 300 shares in the long term. Long term, hopefully by the end of this year. We'll see. But that's where I'm at with Tattoo Chef. So those are my 3 plays that I'm going to be looking at this week to load up specifically in my Roth IRA. Okay. Now I want to talk about options real quick before we go, before we end this video, because in my Robinhood account, if you didn't notice, all these plays are pretty much options right here, calls and puts. Okay, so I want to talk about one play in specific that I did actually yesterday on Friday. Today is Saturday of this recording. So what I did was I went to this company right here, FCEL Fleets, which is a company that I really don't mind owning. They deal in the electric vehicle or in the clean energy space when it comes to commercial trucks and things of that nature. So that space is growing. I did some digging on this company, and I really wouldn't mind owning this company. So if you look at it, it got hit pretty hard today or Friday by 7%. So what I did was I went to trade options, and what I did is I sold a put. When you sell a put, that means you are going to receive a premium, receive a credit, receive money in your brokerage account for putting up the collateral of whatever strike price you say you're willing to buy those shares at. So for me, I did a 17.5 put. I earned $1.85. You times that by 100 because each option contract is valued at 100 shares. So 100 times $1.85. I received $185 of premium, of credit to do this trade. Now what I'm saying is that I put up 100 times 17.5, which is $1,750 of collateral to receive that $185. So if on February 19th, FCEL Fleet closes above 17.5, I keep the $185 premium regardless, and I don't have to buy those shares. If it drops below 17.5 by February 19th, I get assigned those shares and I have to buy them at 17.5. This is why it's important that you sell put options on companies that you don't mind owning. When you sell a put option, you are bullish on that company. You're not bearish, you're really bullish because you really just want to collect the premium every single week or every single month, okay? So if I do the math on this right here for you real quick, you go 185, which is the premium you earn, divided by the collateral that you put up, which is 10.5% profit on, or 10.5% return on my collateral that I put up. Okay, guys, which is really powerful. 10.5% in a month is really good. Okay, it may not be like rocket fuel status, but 10.5%, people average that in 1 year. So just keep that in mind, guys. But overall, the plays have gone pretty good. This week I did lose some money in some of my credit spreads, which I'll talk about that in another video. But guys, I want to show you this company. I'm so bullish on this company right here. I watched their presentation this week. I actually bought these options. Call options don't expire until January of 2022. I have a pretty awesome plan with these that I'll discuss in another video. I loaded up on these right here. I loaded up 2 more just recently that expired July 16th of this year. I think there's going to be some big things coming with this company this year. I think this year is going to be their breakout year. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't take that as financial advice. But yeah, I'm super stoked about what's to come this year. And yeah. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. I always forget to say that in the beginning. It really does help the video get out there to more people. It helps the channel grow. If you also like this content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and share this video with any friends or any families, members that are looking to invest and think that they're going to lose all their money. I mean, there's a very high percentage chance that if you just set it and forget it, over time your money will grow. Don't look at it every day, and keep your emotions in check. That's one of the most important things that you can do. But other than that, guys, that's all I have for you today. Until next video, hopefully it will be sometime this week. Blessings. Later.